I'll just start off by saying the Department of Education has lost its way. We have a system that is absolutely broken, and we're not going in this process until we decide to figure out where the priorities are. The educational purpose of educational institutions is the success of the student. We've turned that upside down, where the purpose of the student is for the success of the institution. And we need to change that. We have an industry right now that's made billions of dollars, continue to do so, while their customers go billions of dollars in debt. And the only ones that ask to hold any standards are the innovators. There's no sense of outcome processes in this case here, where so many of our colleges just continue to add on debt with no sense of accountability or outcome. Let me talk about that outcome piece of it, because we've heard a lot about attack on the proprietary colleges, the career colleges, and we continue to hear this. These are the innovators. These are the ones that are risk takers. They go out and they build a business, and at the end of the day, they can only succeed when their students succeed. They're HVAC, electrician, automobile, medical assistants, laboratory assistants, physical fitness trainers, nursing, cloud computing, accounting, cosmetology, business digital marketing. And when we look at the debt load we have on our kids today, here's a good example of how some of these young people can get a start without having to think about, number one, being in debt with a degree that means nothing and hating our country at the same time. HVAC, degree costs about $15,000, salaries start around $35,000 to $45,000. Nursing degree costs about $55,000, salaries start between $60,000 to $70,000. I know of institutions that have the minimum graduation is 40%, but I know of a couple that actually up to 80% graduation, and a placement in the field of their study 80 to 90%, and yet these are the ones that are put down. Let's take a look at Northeastern University, $57,000 per year. 2019, there was a study that found that only 11% of black men graduated within 6 years. White students has 5 times more likely to graduate than black students. Nationally, only 1/4 of black men enrolled in community colleges obtain degrees in 6 years. What are we left with? 90% failure with no degree, no job, no hope. I consider that predatory. And there's no sense of concern other than the fact that those institutions that are getting the results seem to be under a stronger microscope and discriminated against. I think it's important to recognize that we need to get innovators to the table. It concerns me very much to hear that Debt Collective is sitting at the front table with you guys. These are people that are about free education, free homes, free health care, free credit card cancellation, basically the concepts of what Marxism comes down to, free everything. And they hate the entrepreneur. And yet they're sitting at your table in your front row talking about how to destroy this particular industry. I think it's time for us to really, and this is a good time for us, I think that the pandemic has kind of pulled back the curtains. We have parents now that are asking those questions about return on investment. We have young people now looking at what industry they need to get into to truly make a living and have hope. And I'm hoping that oversight like this will allow us to start moving forward in the right direction. I'm excited about the fact that we do have a chance to have oversight in this regard, and we're gonna make sure in everything we can do to get the innovators to the table. We need to disrupt this system, not break it. We need to make sure that people can enter this process, whatever they might want to do, and feel they can come out of the other end more hopeful and more successful. I'd like to thank again our witness for taking the time to testify before us today in subcommittee. And without objections, with there being no further business, the subcommittee now stands adjourned. Thank you so much.